Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Precision Rifle Media. This week I've got Pete Pye. It's Pete Pye, right?
Yep, Pete Jr. Yep, Pete Pye Jr.
Pete Pye Jr. I guess I should have went over that before I introduced you. I knew it was spelled pie, but I was like, I don't know. Sometimes that's misleading.
It's just spelled P-I, no E.
Yeah, right. Like 3.14.
Correct.
So Pete, you're out in Sturgis.
I am.
In the great state of South Dakota here, which is why we had our little time mix up. You thought I was Mountain Time.
Yeah.
But we figured it out. We're here. So, Pete, you own Defiant Munitions. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, man. A little bit of background, a little bit of who you are, where you come from, and then we'll get into what Defiant Munitions is, and we'll go from there.
You bet. Yeah. So, Pete Pye Jr. Out of Sturgis, South Dakota. I've been in the ammunition industry pretty much, I guess I could say, all my life. My dad started Cor-Bon Ammunition Company in 1982. And my family sold that company about 6 years ago, I think 2016. So 6-7 years ago now, I guess, a while ago. And then I started Defiant Munitions in 2018 on my own, just because I wasn't done with the industry yet. I felt like we had a lot more to offer. And we started, like, Cor-Bon was like originally some of the first ammunition company to really start loading solid copper projectiles for self-defense and hunting. And we were using Barnes bullets back then. Most of the viewers, I'm sure, have heard of Barnes Bullet Company. And then we went into some different designs and stuff like that. And we felt that there was a market for, niche, like high performance, high quality, lower production, premium self-defense and hunting ammunition. And that's kind of where we fell in line with Defiant.
Sure. And you were in law enforcement for a while.
I was a police officer in Sturgis for 14 years.
Oh, nice. And then our mutual friend Eric, I got a hat on. I don't know if you can tell. You can't.
I did. I noticed that. Yeah.
Did you notice that? Yeah, I just happened to have that on today.
Yeah, the light's hitting a little weird. I was like, I think that's what that hat is.
Yep, the old guide and gun.
You bet.
But so you're kind of working on that goofy, what is it, like a 3-twist barrel 308 necked up deal with him?
Oh, he told you about that. Yeah. So
yeah. I think he bought a Savage Action from me. I guess he wants to buy it. He hasn't bought it yet. But
okay. Yeah. So we were talking about doing a 308 case. It's essentially 308 necked up to 375 and cut down a little bit. Looks a lot like the 8.6 or the 300 Blackout. Very similar, just off the 308 case in a 375 diameter. What's up?
Bigger and cooler.
Yeah, and it's extremely efficient. We've already built a couple guns in it, not with like a 3-twist or a 5-twist yet.
Is it okay to talk about this already, or is it like, are we letting the cat out of the bag here?
No, it's fine. It's not a big deal. So
okay, good. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so it's nothing super top secret, since Eric already told you so. But I'm just joking.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, now that I think about it, I can't remember if he told me not to tell anybody or not.
Yeah, who knows? No, not a big deal. But so it is an extremely efficient case, and we built a couple rifles on it in a 1-in-8 twist, and we got some really good performance out of it. It works really, really well.
Nice.
So we're dabbling in that to see what we can come up with and see how a 1-in-5 or a 1-in-3 twist works with it. So
yeah. So all right, so let's get right into Defiant Munitions. So you guys, you have your own bullets, right?
Yeah, so we do a line. It's called TCX. It's a total copper expanding line, and then we do a DDM line, which is Defiant Defensive Match. And that falls in your lead cup and core type bullets for long range match. But we always try our DDM line can kind of be like an all purpose line where you could use it for hunting or varmint, hunting or long range match shooting. So
so you do have a cup and core bullet.
We do, yeah. We typically use, other manufacturers' bullets for that. Um, so, like we use a lot of we use a lot of like burger bullets, or we do some loads with the Hornady ELD X and M as well. So
Nice. I had some ELDM, I think they were ELDMs, 130s,
mm-hmm.
but this was like 2015, 16, and man, I don't. If half of them made it to the target at the time,
Yeah,
they were just they would explode. They would
oh
just
really?
yeah, they'd fall apart.
Oh
I
wow.
still got I still got probably 300 of them.
What caliber were you shooting those in?
6.5 Creedmoor.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we've had really good luck with them. Really good luck with the burgers, and stuff. So they shoot really well.
I feel like they had some issues back then though that they corrected. I feel like they had something going on, and
Yeah, I
and,
vaguely remember that as well.
and they kind of came out and they were like, "Ah, we screwed something up," and they made them better now.
Right. I do vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bummer because I still got some on the shelf, and it's like I look at them once in a while, and I'm like,
yeah,
I could shoot them, but it's like, well, yeah, but they don't.
Yeah, I wonder if you could slow them down a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a fast twist rifle, and I was shooting them real fast. That's probably the big thing, right? It was I think it's a 7 twist rifle, and at the time, I was pushing them pretty hot.
Yeah, you'd have to get them to stabilize, I suppose, in that. So.
Yeah, so it was. I can't remember the velocities, but I know that I was pushing them pretty hard, and they they didn't love it.
Sure, you bet.
So how do you decide on a load?
I mean, I typically try to test through 3 or 4 different rifles. And sometimes it takes me a day, sometimes it takes me a couple of days, sometimes I'll put, a couple weeks or more into a load. I try to test it through as many different rifles as I can and kind of come up with a good, balance and good average. I send a lot of loads. I have a Defiant Munitions elite group. It's kind of my private little group that I have of guys. And sometimes I'll send some to those guys to test if they have one of those rifles, or friends, or, and kind of just, like I said, come out with a good balance that works, in, most of everybody's guns. It's pretty hard to develop a load, that shoots, through, everybody's guns. And most ammunition manufacturers, they develop a load based off of a pressure barrel, or, a firearm that they have on site. And I try to stay away from that as much as possible. So we take
test barrels. They're like a truck axle with the on a receiver mounted to a bench.
Exactly. Yeah. And, it's hard to, give good velocities, averages and stuff. So we try to, get real world ballistic coefficients and real world velocities with real world, barrel lengths and stuff. I'm really, really big on that. So on our boxes of ammunition, on the label underneath on the bottom, you can see the barrel twist and the twist rate and the barrel length and the ballistic coefficient of that load. And we try to be as true as absolute possible. So
obviously that changes rifle to rifle, and
absolutely
even day to day, depending.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does. So we tried, like I said, we spent a lot of time developing these loads to try to make it so it's shoots good out of everybody, and we've had some very good luck. We just try to really put some time into it.
Do you find any calibers that are like inherently easy to load for? Like, oh, I love the 308 because it's just you just throw the stuff together.
Oh yeah, 308's real easy. I mean, the Creedmoor cases are really easy. The PRCs are really easy to load for. We've had really good luck with those. So,
and that seems to me like that's kind of the point behind a lot of those newer cartridges, right? It's like there's been stuff that and I'm kind of probably beating a dead horse. A lot of people probably know this, but like obviously there's 6mm in the past that you could shut lights out. 243 AI, for instance, like that was that was a pretty hot long range cartridge for a long time, right? And then you went to like 6 by 4.7s, 6 Creed, 6 whatever you want, right? And kind of went away from that 243. Yeah. Not because you couldn't get it to shoot good, but because like a lot of these other cases seem like the point of them is that they are easier to load for and they are more efficient.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Same with like the PRCs and the nozzlers and stuff, right? Like they kind of replaced the belted magnums, which for hand loading is kind of its own thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, we've had, man, I really like the 300 PRC, the 6.5, the 7. They've all done really, really well for us. We've got a lot of feedback. We don't do the 7 yet. I'm trying to get that one up and going before hunting season this year. But the 6.5 and the 300, it just seems like we do 2 loads in each of those, and it's man, we have had absolutely great performance out of those and a lot of great feedback. So I gotta get my phone plugged in here.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so we've just it's just been really good for us, and we've done really well with it.
Nice. I don't know. You don't have to let out any trade secrets here. I don't expect you to, but I'm genuinely curious. What do you just? Is there like a specific die that you use, or is it like custom dies, or does it matter? Or
Yeah, I mean it definitely matters. We try to use the best equipment that we can buy. We use the best dies that we can get, and the best equipment that we can buy, and we're constantly buying new stuff because new stuff's coming out. We have everything from single stage presses to machines that do 6,500 rounds an hour. you know
are they ammo bot? Are they ammo bots, or are they like Dillons that are set up?
No, well, I have Mark 7s, and then I have ammo load machines. I have a couple Dillons. We have some auto tricklers and single stage presses. So yeah, we have kind of a
little bit of everything.
Yeah.
If I ever get out there, I'm going to give you a call. I want to check that out.
Yeah, definitely, man. We'd love to have you over. So
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but so how long does a set of dies last you? Do you wear dies out loading that much ammo?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I never kept track of it. Most of the dies that we wear out the most are, pistol dies like 9.223 because we load so much of that. Typically I can get out of a set of dies usually about a year. I've never really, kept track of the rounds that they've counted. I guess I could because we have, record of everything.
Yeah, sure.
Load. But, you can kind of tell when a sizing die or something, in a pistol caliber starting to get, or the die start scratching the cases and stuff, or we start getting some inconsistencies. I just throw them in the garbage and buy new ones, or, we keep several on hand. So
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's crazy. Yeah. I was kind of looking at getting an ammo bot for a while there, but boy, they aren't cheap, and then they're not small. And then I think getting them and setting them up's the easy part. Then you got to find enough gunpowder, brass, and primers and bullets to make it work from there.
Yeah, they keep feeding them. Absolutely.
And that's the hard part, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, with with some of the stuff that they're saying about powder and everything, I mean, some things may be pretty hard to get here coming soon.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Not to throw people into a panic or whatever, but yeah, it's a nitrocellulose shortage. There's only a couple of plants, I believe, in the world that make it. One's in Australia, right? The Hodgdon plant.
Yep.
I believe there's one. Lake City, I think, has one. But
most of it comes from China.
Yeah, Lake City does what Lake City does, and I don't know. It's going to be weird. It's going to be weird for a while.
It is. Yeah, it's been.
I believe the plant the plant down in Australia is the most updated plant, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's going on over like 20, 30 years or something like that, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
From hearsay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. but yeah, so it'll be interesting rest of the year, and see how things go. But they're, some of those things, some of our favorite powders may be the hardest ones to get. I mean, we'll see. It may be, COVID 2.0, but I keep hearing that it's going to be much worse. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We haven't seen much. I mean, the
Well,
industry.
the other thing too is that, hard to kind of picture, I guess, but like the world's at war, it's
Yeah,
just not necessarily us, right?
right. Exactly.
And,
So
and,
yeah,
and then nitrocellulose that goes into all the artillery. Think about right now, like in Ukraine, that's what they're talking about. They're just hammering artillery. That's what you hear about. I don't follow it all that closely, to be perfectly honest, but like you think you're even your 50 cal, right? 250, 60, 70 grains, whatever it is, of gunpowder
yeah,
is a lot. Now
yeah.
start loading it into artillery shells.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, right now, I mean, the industry, from everybody that I talk to in inner industry, the industry's kind of flat right now. It's just kind of there, and it's, just kind of flatlining. So we'll see what happens if it starts picking up. I mean, I wouldn't say that we're like super slow, but we're definitely, we'd like to see a little bit, more orders here coming in. So
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Well, and the dollar's not going as far either, right? Like people,
yeah, exactly.
the expendable money isn't quite there as much either. It used to be a lot easier to go buy 1,000 rounds of 223 and burn it all up in a day.
Oh yeah.
But between not being able to get, well, I guess 223 and stuff's pretty easy to get still, but you know, I don't know, the whole inflation thing that's hitting everybody pretty hard.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And you can tell. Yeah, we're starting to notice, that it is, just by looking at our sale numbers and stuff like that, we can tell that, people are hurting. So, and we get that.
Yeah,
So,
that's where the hunting market, I think, is going to be solid, because like the shooting market is, which is also why I think that, like a lot of, like, it's hard for me sometimes to remember that like the precision rifle world is very small,
yeah, it is. Yeah.
very small part of the shooting industry, right?
Mhm.
um but it's like it's hard for me to remember that, because just about everybody I know is in it.
Mhm.
uh but the hunting industry as a whole, right? I mean, they might not buy a ton of ammo per guy, but collectively,
Right.
oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, we do sell quite a bit of hunting ammo, and we're trying to, extend our caliber choices in that, for this year. Last year, the hardest ones to get were, like 300 Win Mag, 30-06. 300 Win Mag was horrible. We really had a hard time keeping that one on the shelf. It either sold out immediately, or, brass was really a problem. We try to use as much Lapua brass as we possibly can, or we'll use Peterson, um, is another one that we use a lot of, some Norma, but really just Lapua is really our main supplier, and a lot of that stuff was going over to the war, um, so it was really really hard to get.
It wasn't too long ago, Lapua basically said we're not making any of this stuff anymore, and they had a
Right?
list, you know
Yeah.
15 things or whatever it was
Oh
that
yeah. And
were like, we're not making any of this till the war's over, basically.
that's what I was just going to say, that because we use their 7.62 by 39 brass, and it's just non-existent. So we can't use it anymore. And there's a couple other ones that we were using that just not happening.
That's 7.62 by 39 is one that I just, when I think about that and I think about spending the money on Lapua brass
Right.
for my AK, I just, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of hardcore EK guys out there. We have a
Yeah.
pretty awesome load. Yeah, we do a subsonic load in that, and then we offer, full power load in that. And we actually sell quite a bit of 7.62 by 39, just because there's not very many people out there that
Making
sell
nice.
that make a good high performance, self defense or hunting load.
And a
And
lot of it's, what's that, brown bear, that
yeah,
case with the,
yep, exactly. And there's, believe it or not, which is crazy, there's a lot of people around here that hunt with that caliber. It's a huge caliber for hunting hogs and deer and stuff, and it really
I can see that for sure. Hogs for sure. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and then there's a lot of bolt action guns out there as well that they shoot the subsonic load in as well, and it our subsonic loads expand and give good performance. So we have a lot of people hunting with them as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's just funny to me. It's like
it does seem a little silly.
why are you making AK brass? Make more of the stuff I need.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we're
now. So
yeah, so yeah, we did we're just got done announcing two new loads in 6mm Creedmoor and 6.5 Creedmoor, and it's we're doing it with American Outlaw, and he's big on YouTube, and it's a co-branding deal, but we're offering both those calibers, and we've been loading 6.5 Creedmoor, but these are extended long range type loads.
sure.
For the what is it, the NLH or something, the National Hunting League, I think that's what it is.
Oh, like the NRL.
Yeah, the NRL. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're doing a lot of shooting in that, and so we're doing some loads for that, and they're pretty awesome.
Nice. Do you do any 6GT?
We don't, but we're talking about doing it. So that's something that may come real soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I don't see going away either. That's going to be,
Yeah.
That's see a lot of that in the match world, and the match people are the ones that want the high caliber ammo, right? They want the good stuff. So
yeah, we're really trying to work on the 6GT and the 6 ARC are the ones that we really want to get going as well as soon as possible.
yeah.
And Lapua just announced during SHOT Show that they're going to be doing those two calibers. So we got on an order list to offer that as well. So
I saw that they offered the Lapua, the 6 ARC, man. I got a 224 Valkyrie,
mm-hmm.
and I put it together before the 6 ARC was a thing, and it's not a bad gun. It's for what it is. It's good,
Yeah.
Just I wish that the 6 ARC would have come out just a little bit sooner, a little bit before I got that 224 together.
Yeah, that's what always happens, man. It's like a standing joke at the shop. It's like, hey, we come out with this, but then it's too late because something else is out and nobody wants it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we were like getting pushed hard. I wasn't even going to do it. Is the oh crap. No, I just lost my train of thought on it. It's the 6.5 Grendel.
Oh yeah.
And everybody was pushing me super hard, and I was like, I don't think we're going to do it. It's not.
Yeah, that was a weird one, right? Like, it's a cool cartridge. That was a weird one, right? Like, it was a cool cartridge, but like,
yeah,
it just didn't really take off the way that I guess it had some like hard steam for a while there.
Yeah,
and then it kind of, I don't know if it was like the 6 ARC and all that stuff, and
that's what killed it. Yeah, it's the 6 ARC and stuff. It killed it. So yeah, we were like, I guess I took too long to decide, and I was like, all right, we're gonna do it. We offered 2 loads in it. We did a solid copper expanding bullet in it, and then I think a 120, 123 ELDM, and nobody wants it now. It's like, I sat around on it too long, but we do them, and they're great loads. But yeah, I think the 6 ARC really killed it. I think that's really what happened, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
The other one I was going to build a 6.8 spec or SPC or whatever.
Yeah.
That was another interesting one, right? But there was like 3 versions of it.
Yeah. Yeah. When that first hit, years ago, I put a lot of time into that cartridge, and I found it to be really inherently inaccurate. We really had a lot of accuracy issues with it, but like you said, there's a couple different versions, and I haven't messed with it since. The Gen 1 or whatever you'd call it.
Yeah, because there was the first one, the second one, and then there's like a LBC, the less bare custom version.
Right.
And like,
yeah,
I bought some of the parts, and then ended up they were hanging out, and then the 224 came out, and then I took all those parts and put them into that, except for the bolt and the stuff,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I never revisited it again just because I just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I was just like, I don't want to put something out that I can't say, yeah, we've had good luck with accuracy and performance. And, like I said, the newer stuff, the less fair stuff, maybe it's phenomenal. I haven't
Oh,
shot.
and I don't even know if that's newer. We're talking about stuff that's pretty old already.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. I was talking way back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the less bear cartridge version of it is new to me, so.
Yeah. And even that was like I said, that was years ago.
Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, I mean, we're we don't load everything yet. I mean, we load quite a bit of different things, but we're still adding. We're a fairly new company. I started Defiant in 2018, and really didn't start loading ammo until selling ammo until like 2020. Kind of built the whole company out of pocket and just worked my butt off. Worked 2-3 jobs and stuff, and it really kind of took a long time to get going.
Buy machinery and
Oh yeah,
get
yeah, and
inventory and
yeah, getting a spot, and yeah, putting stuff together, and I mean, it was it's time consuming, and it took a lot of time and money. So and when I add a cartridge, it's like we fully vet it. It's not like hey, we're gonna load 6 GT and we're just gonna slap this together. I spend quite a bit of time at the range, developing these loads and stuff, like I said earlier, and multiple different powders and stuff. It's and really take our time. So when we come out with something, it's kind of like we mean it. We're here and we're putting everything into it. So
yeah, I think that the loaded ammunition for competitive shooting for like the bench rest guys, I don't think they'll ever be buying match grade ammo from
right,
right, and a lot
yeah,
of stuff, and even like the PRS guys and stuff. Like I think you're going to see most of them hand loading and tuning their rifles, right, because they want, even if it's an eighth of a minute, right,
absolutely,
they want the competitive edge, especially at the higher end, because that eighth of a minute, that could be a hit, and 1 point could put them from fifth to first.
absolutely,
Yeah. But there's a lot of guys like me that enjoys shooting, doesn't shoot enough to be overly competitive, but likes going to matches and
right,
doesn't have a lot of time.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah, and that's what we're here for. So we're here to support things like that, and like I said, we've had a lot of good luck with our loads, and we have a lot of people shooting them in PRS and and all, what is the
NRL.
yeah, NRL, yeah, and
the other thing too is like when you're buying stuff that's got the good brass, right? It's like it's Lapua brass, right? So you go buy it, and I don't know what the price is per case or whatever. I could look it up quick, I guess, but
ridiculously expensive.
well, yeah, I
We'll
know.
just call it that.
Yeah, but afterwards, if you don't hand load, you still have once fired Lapua that you can sell for a reasonable return, and then turn that back into
Yeah, it's funny because I have guys call me and they're like, "Hey, we don't know what to do with this brass. We bought the ammo from you, and you want it back or something?" I'm like, "Dude, sell it. Buy yourself dinner or something with it. Buy yourself a part for a gun. I don't know." But I said that stuff's worth money, man. You could get good money out of it, and hey, you buy the ammo from me and then sell it, and now it doesn't cost that much. So
that's like the Prime back in the day, right?
yeah,
That stuff, it was Prime head stamped Norma brass. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had good luck with Norma. It seems, if I remember, it's been a long time since I messed with a bunch of it, but it was a little softer than like Lapua, if I remember right. But
it is. Yep. Norma is a little bit softer. Like 308 Winchester's a good comparison. Yeah, the Norma brass is definitely softer. We use Lapua mainly over Norma when we can. We've had really good luck with 300 Win Mag and Norma. It's really good brass. We've done well with that. but yeah, it is on the soft side.
Yeah, but still good brass, super good brass.
Absolutely.
Like I would
Absolutely.
never say no to normally.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like,
agree. Yeah, no, it's great. And yeah, we've had really good luck with Peterson brass. We've really liked it. I did a bunch of loading for the 28 Nosler. Not a big fan of that cartridge. Performance wise, it's awesome. It seemed to be I shot 3 different rifles with that caliber, and it just seemed extremely finicky to me. And I think most of the issues were brass. Then finally I switched over to Peterson and had phenomenal luck with it. Um, and yeah, the Peterson brass has been good for us.
yeah, yeah, I had them on a long, long time ago, back when they were like first starting out. They didn't even make 6.5 Creedmoor yet.
Yeah, Derek Peterson.
Yep, yep,
He's a nice guy.
yeah, yeah, and it was interesting just kind of hearing their end or whatever and talking to them. They were
Yeah,
good. I got
yeah,
they sent me a little like care package thing afterwards. It was kind of cool. It was it's a piece of brass, right? But it starts out as like the raw cup. And then
right,
they sent me it's got all the different pieces from
right.
start to finish, right? Because like you start with raw cup and draw it out and do this,
Mhm.
do that, and punch this and punch the stamps and put the hole, drill the hole or whatever. And it was cool. They're like, I just don't show anybody like that's gonna like, this is kind of trade secret, kind of
Right.
not. Just keep it to yourself. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
So it's super cool. I pull it out once in a while. And
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's pretty cool how they make brass. And yeah, Cor-Bon, we were when my family still owned that, we were really considering starting to make our own brass. And there's a lot to it.
yeah,
That's not a real easy business to be in,
no, no.
let alone making the ammunition. So
Out of curiosity, you don't have to answer. You don't have to. You can just pass. I don't care. That's fine. Why'd the family get out of it? Dad
um
retire or what?
yeah, not a real, there's no real secret. I think as a collective whole, our family just decided that it was time to move on. Some of the family wanted to do other things, and I was really the only one that wasn't ready to really, stop. I mean, it's been my whole life. I've just, like I said, I was born into it, and it's kind of just been who I am.
Yeah,
And so I was just like, I'm not done, but that's okay. I'll just start, my own company and do my own thing. So
yeah.
that's where we're at.
So let's talk about your bullets now a little bit. Is what do you find to be the advantage of solid copper projectiles? Because like eh, there's a couple trains of thought on it, right? One is like I've heard it said from pretty smart people, lead was put on this earth for one thing, and that was to make bullets.
Yeah. 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 I mean, so, you know, talking about it as like a long range precision, lead cup and core bullets are definitely, we can't pull the BCs out of a solid copper bullet like you can like a lead cup and core bullet. So, but they offer a lot of advantages for hunting and self defense, like in, 223, um, you know, or, 3 in a Win Mag for hunting, and stuff, because the bullets retain 100% weight retention. They don't come apart. Um, so, and then, the way we make our bullets, we can adjust, pedal length and pedal depth and all kinds of different things to, when they expand, create the most, largest wound cavity. And then, still holding 100% weight retention. So, they deliver the wound cavity throughout the whole entire animal instead of, breaking up and not penetrating as deep. So, we found that you can get optimum, penetration with a solid copper
Sure.
bullet.
Yeah, I've shot deer already where you pull the jacket out of here and you find the core over here and the
Yeah,
parts over there. And
exactly. So yeah, we're trying to, make a massive wound cavity, that goes the full length of the animal, through the vitals, shoulder to shoulder on an animal. And then, in a self defense, we want our bullets to be able to penetrate deep enough to get where they need to get. Also in self-defense, barrier penetration is a big thing, for especially law enforcement and stuff. And solid copper bullets tend to do a lot better through hard barriers, through glass and car doors and things.
Cover versus concealment, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, with I've just, like I said, I've always just been very fond of the performance of it. But like I said, when it comes to like long range precision, you can't beat a cup and core bullet. The BCs and stuff, we can't compete with that.
Now, that being said, though, all these ELR big bore guys, they're using all lathe turn solids, and I believe a lot of that. Now, I'm not super deep in that world. I could ask the questions, I guess, but my understanding is that it's the consistency of the bullets.
Yeah, they're crazy consistent. That's the other thing. Yeah, with
Like
solid
as
copper.
far as for two ways, right? Like one is the weight of the bullet itself, right? The weight, length, and all that, right? Because like,
Yeah,
anybody who's, that's like where pointing your bullets comes from, right? And all that, and
mhm,
like making them all the
right.
same and doing this and doing that. Like, but like these are like the same every time, basically, right? And then on
Exactly.
top of that, it's not only length and weight, it's also like the lead when you swage it might be a little denser on one side than the other, and it might not be a ton, right? For sure, it's not
Right.
a ton, right? But
Right.
it's that at distance you go through transonic and it might get a little wonkier than if it was
Exactly.
perfect the way that a copper solid is, which is why I think you see a lot of those guys shooting the lathe turn solids.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing with solid copper is, like if you took like 150 grain 30 cal lead cup and core, and then took 150 grain 30 cal solid copper bullet's going to have some length on it because
Longer.
lead's more dense, and so you have length, and then you're going to have case capacity issues. So so yeah, that's something also deal with that. Sometimes we can't make 140 grain 6.5 bullet with a solid copper. Like our 6.5 solid copper bullet's 130 because of length. There's an issue with that. So
130 grain in the 6.5 performs pretty well too, though.
I agree.
I've shot 135s and 130s.
Yeah.
And now granted, you're talking a little bit of a longer bullet, so then now this is getting above me, but then I'd start thinking about drag possibly.
Right.
More surface area, more drag, slows down
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
But
We've had good luck with that 130 bullet that we do in 6.5 Creedmoor. And we do it in 6.5 PRC as well, same bullet. And man, we've shot buffalo with it at Eric's. We've shot deer. Man, we got a lot of people hunting with those, and they work really, really well.
it's awesome. When do you think you're going to start seeing bismuth in rifle shells?
Say that again.
When are you going to see bismuth, like the shotguns, right? Bismuth.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Heavier than lead.
Yeah,
Right?
maybe. Yeah, we've been talking about making some shotgun shells. There's a lot of people that want us to do it. It's definitely something that we'd like to get into in the near future.
Like I don't know much about bismuth, right? I
I
know
don't.
I know it'll kill a duck, like
Yeah,
real good,
yeah,
like
yeah.
better than lead did, right? Like I've shot geese with bismuth at like 90 yards, and they just fall out of the sky, right?
Yeah, my uncle and his brother, they're big into duck hunting, and they always talk about that.
But
So
you're also paying like every time you pull the trigger, it doesn't even sound like a gunshot. It's just a cash register at that point, right? It goes,
totally, yeah, it's very expensive.
you know.
Exactly. It's very expensive. But
I wonder, like bismuth. I wonder why it must be something to. It must be real hard. I don't know. I've never looked into it. This is off the top of my head just now.
yeah, no, it is extremely hard, and it's probably an expense thing as well. But I know it's really hard and hard to deal with. So, yep.
Because if you could turn it and then like jacket it or something,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. But
Probably somebody out there who's tried it and
yeah, I think so. I'm sure there's got to be somebody out there that's tried it. Hell, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we need to try it. You never know. We'll give you some credit if we come out with it.
yeah, perfect.
We can perfect it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We got the idea from. No, that'd be. I don't know. It's just there's always got to be something different out there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. So your match grade stuff that you load is uh, copper copper jacketed lead cord bullets generally that you buy
Yep.
and then load and that's a pretty normal thing, right? Like that's
Yeah.
most companies when you go buy like whatever brand, like it's going to be that way, right?
Yeah.
But all the copper solid stuff you're making yourself, you're designing yourself, you're building yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like we talked about before we started recording, there might be a time to where, we may come out with our own lead cup and core bullets. We're really focused on the solid copper stuff, and there's a lot of good bullets out there right now that we can get. We have a really good relationship with Lapua and stuff, and we try to, with Burger, obviously Lapua and Burger, they're all kind of one of the same now, but yeah, and we try to like find like, hey, who's making this bullet that really really ups the game in this cartridge, we can get some really good performance out of. So we try to pick the best of that and go from there.
yeah,
Um,
other
but
thing,
yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we may do in the future.
the other thing too is like we said, the hunting market, right? That's like that's the driver, right, of the shooting industry.
Definitely.
And then with federal regulation and the government not caring for the lead, who knows how long it'll be before you can even hunt with a, I hate to say it, right? But
Right.
who knows? California's that way, right? There's other,
Yeah, there's California. And that was the big thing that, back in the day with Cor-Bon that really started pushing us to look at, solid copper bullets. Barnes was already making rifle bullets, but there was really no pistol bullets back then. So we had worked very closely with Barnes Bullet Company, who didn't load ammunition at the time. Obviously, they were just a bullet manufacturer, and we started working with them very closely and helped come out with the original pistol bullets with Barnes. So we helped and had a lot of design input on those and started doing that.
sure. Yeah. It's just, it's one of those things that you never know what the future's going to bring.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I mean, I still to this day think that, copper bullets, lead free bullets are the way of the future. Just like, don't get me wrong, I'm certainly not against, lead jacketed bullets. I love them and I use them daily. But yeah, like you said, I mean, in the future, I do see things getting pushed that way.
Yeah. Government regulation pushing towards
Absolutely.
that for hunting applications anyway, for sure.
Yeah, it's constantly talked about.
It's already in waterfowl. I mean, it's already,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't even buy lead shot shells except for trap anymore. I mean, just because
Yeah.
you used to get lead and go shoot, you could shoot doves or you could do whatever, but now it's just, unless you're on public or private ground, even doves, you can't shoot lead. And then at that point, it's like, well, just shoot steels every time so that you're not,
Right.
you're not like, otherwise
Yeah, just play it safe. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Well, play it safe, but then also you kind of get used to what steel does, right? You don't go shoot lead and be, knocking the hell out of everything.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
just put it just steel and uh, just wound everything.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, no, so yeah, I mean, maybe hopefully in the near future, we'll be doing shotgun ammo too. So
Where's the best place to pick up Defiant Munitions?
at my website, defiantmunitions.com. So we do sell to like ammo supply warehouse is a big distributor of ours. But mainly we do most of our sales online. And
Nice.
yeah, anybody local in South Dakota, we give a discount to locals discount, even if you're on the other side of the state or something. We try to honor every
Bad
South
side,
Dakota.
you can say it. You can say it.
Yeah, yeah, but
It's
yeah,
all right. We're all right over here, most of
but-
us.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, probably 99% of my sales are right off my website.
Nice. Yeah, Defiant Munitions, and then you got a Facebook and all that jazz.
Oh yeah, we have Facebook, and then we have a little thing, our main page on Facebook, and then we have a little clubhouse where we put most of our information up on. Yeah, it's
Cool.
called Defiant Munitions Clubhouse, is what we call it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so people can check that out and go from there. Yeah, I'm gonna be ordering some of this up just to try out and have
Yeah,
it.
man, I'd love to send you some ammo and your favorite calibers and kind of get you antiquated into the brand and stuff. So we'd love for you to try it out and get some feedback.
Yeah, I like it. I'll we'll be in touch. I hand load for my match gun, but I've
Sure.
found like my coyote gun and my deer rifle. Well, actually, I load my deer rifle too, but it's starting to get to where I don't want to load for that stuff as much anymore. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
yeah, I don't see the performance being as much of the little bit of gain in performance doesn't really gain me in the application, I guess, if that makes sense, right? Like
yep,
if I'm coyote hunting, oh, if I'm coyote hunting, I might make some wild shots, but like deer hunting and stuff, right? Like when I'm shooting a match, you don't think twice about shooting 1,000-yard target. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
It
exactly.
doesn't matter, but
Right,
when you got a deer in front of you, it's like I gotta know that I'm gonna hit this where I want to hit it, and
totally.
so like I guess for deer hunting, like I said, I guess I hand load, but like for a lot of other stuff, prairie dogs and coyotes and varmints and whatever, right? It's like I've been just buying the stuff because it's just so much easier.
Yeah, yeah. I have a bunch of buddies like that too. They all used to load their own, and they're like, it's so much easier just to come over here and buy it and just be done with it. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I agree. Just I think you should stop loading too and just buy from me.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm not gonna stop completely, all right.
of course not. Yeah, that's a good good alone time project, just to get you know some alone time and
Oh, I don't get that when I do it. I get it's the opposite. I got a 3-year-old and a 7-year, four, well, 6. I guess he's 6, and
yeah. Yeah, I got a 6-year-old and I got 5 kids, so I get it.
oh dang, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Got 3.
Yeah.
We just had one well, about a month and 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Oh,
Ago,
it's great.
6 weeks ago today.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome.
But yeah, thank you. But I go out and load, and they just can't wait to help.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like, oh man, it gets a little hairy sometimes, but
Yeah,
um,
totally.
they're like the older one. He likes to deal with he likes to put the powder in the cases,
Hmm.
which is fine. I don't mind that because I don't have an auto trickler, but I've got the RCBS version. I can't think of what it's
Yeah,
the
Charge
charge.
Master.
I got a Charge
Yeah,
Master, and it's like tuned up or whatever. You know how you can
yeah.
like program them to be faster and
Oh yeah.
whatever, and to get the straw in there and do all the
Yep.
whatever. So it's fine, but he'll he'll be like pouring powder and everything will be good, and then like his buddy will ride a bike by or something, and he'll like look over out the garage door and like while he's pouring powder, next thing you know, it's like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah, it's awesome.
those
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
they like helping, but that's just funny. I try to limit it to putting the bullets in, just like, okay, just push the bullet in, but
Yeah,
but,
yeah, that's
uh,
awesome.
you know how they are. They like to help.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've had my kids over helping. My kids will come over and I make them label boxes or lot stamp stuff, and then they get bored with that in about 10 minutes and leave. So
Yeah, right.
yeah,
I got something to do. I'm bored. Okay, we'll do this.
yeah.
That's boring.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Don't you have anything that we could go shoot? No, label boxes.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
Exactly.
but cool.
Yeah. So, man, I guess is there anything you want to throw out there that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
No,
We talked.
no. I appreciate the time and having me, man. It's an honor, and like I said, I hope people take a look at the website. And like I said, we're coming out with new things all the time. Like I said, we're really trying to come out with several new calibers for hunting this year, and we're working on it. So
Nice. Yeah. So the website, Defiant Munitions, the Facebook.
Yep.
You have an X or Twitter or whatever?
I do have one, but I'm kind of like a one-man army, man, with Instagram and Facebook and
Yeah.
all that jazz, man. It's just like I get social media out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
I
hard
got
to keep up with.
I've got all that, but it's like it's just on Facebook. I just
Yeah, yeah,
a
we're
little bit of Instagram. I'm on a very small. I check the Instagram like once a month maybe, and I'll like a couple things, and
yeah,
I'll like accept follows or however that works. I don't remember, and
yeah,
that's about it. But
yeah, yeah. I'm constantly on it because I got to keep up with it. So,
yeah,
but yeah, so we try to keep the most up to date in our Defiant Munitions Clubhouse or Instagram. That's where we post most of our stuff. So
sure. The gram, nice,
yeah, yep, there you go.
cool.
But
So
yeah,
yeah, I guess anybody questions, comments, or concerns, head over to the Defiant Munitions website, and I'm sure there's a contact us section. Call. Let's see. I'm going to scroll to the bottom. There is contact us right there. Boom.
yep. There's a number there. You can call me. I'll answer it. So
Oh,
that's
that's your. You'll be the one that answers.
I will be the one that answers. I'll be the one that ships your ammo. I'm the
Here's
guy.
here's the big question. When does that phone get turned off? Can I call you at like 2 a.m?
Well, yeah, you might not get the reaction you're looking for, but you can sure try. I trust me, people do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I no kidding. We'll have customers at midnight call me and start asking me, "Hey, do you have any of this in stock?" I'm like, "I don't know where you live, but it's bedtime right now, man."
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
Dude, there's people out there that like just don't need sleep, and I'm jealous of them.
yeah, me too. I'm not that guy.
No, life would be easier if you didn't have to sleep, man. You get so
Yeah,
much more done.
totally.
So cool, man. Questions, comments, concerns, everybody can go right to defiantmunitions.com. So if that's all you got,
All right, guys. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on. So with that, everybody, if you got questions, comments, concerns, Kirk at precisionriflemedia.com or precisionriflemedia.com. Click on the contact us section or the Facebook. Go to the Facebook and shoot me a message there. That's nice and easy. If you've got somebody that you want to have on, or you yourself want to come on, shoot me an email, shoot me a Facebook message, go on the page, do whatever, get a hold of me. We'll make it happen. So with that, what do I got? Do I got anything going on? Nothing too crazy going on, I guess, on this end. Just stay in tune for the next episodes, man. We're coming back hard. So with that, everybody take care, try to get to the range, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.